Aloha and mahalo for joining me. I'm Janet and welcome to the Called to Create podcast. I am here to help you ladies unlock your creative potential and use your God-given gifts and start a business. Because you were called to create and you have so much to share, and the world needs your creative gifts to be shared right now, ladies. Let's do this. Okay, so today I wanted to just talk about something that I've been thinking about for like a really long time. And it's about what you need to let go of. So I've been thinking about the things that I need to let go of because they're either causing me frustration or irritation. And I've been thinking about all the things that I think about and the things that I do and say. And I realized there's probably a number of things. I want you to think about what do you need to let go of that's causing you to be frustrated or irritated. Because for one thing, what I know to be true is that you cannot control people. And I, as a mom and a wife and a grandmother and all of that stuff, I think for a long time I've tried to control like how my kids act or how my husband acts or, all that kind of stuff. And what I know to be true, even though like sometimes I still forget that, right? Or try to control things, is that there's certain things in your life and certain, well, people, you can't control people at all. And I know that, but you can't control a lot of things. And what I've noticed is that when I feel frustrated or irritated, it's because I'm trying to control something. Instead of just letting it happen and just letting people be who they are, because you can't force anyone to change, even though we can see, or I can see, the change that they need to make. And I've noticed that with a lot of women who have their own families, is that they try to control everyone in their life and they try to control every circumstance and situation and event. But after having been married for a really long time and having 4 adult kids and I have 6 grandchildren, I know without a shadow of a doubt there is no possible way that I can control any of these people in my life. And when I get, into certain situations, I get frustrated because I'm still trying to get these people in my life to see like, okay, what you're doing is not working. But then later on, I feel like that frustration and that irritation inside, and like I get frustrated and crazy, but I just try to like remind myself, okay, let it go, because there's no way that they're gonna do it. And even if you try to make suggestions that they need to make this change, it usually doesn't work because people have their own ideas and their own way of living and how they want to live and how they go about doing things. And even if you have multiple kids, right, and they're raised in the same family, same parents, they will always take things from a different perspective than what you could even imagine, right? You want them to grow up and live a certain way and think a certain way, but that's not usually what happens. They usually tend to come up with their own way for, various reasons. That could be like a whole nother topic. But what I want to share with you is think about those things. Now, I just gave you the example of what I've been trying to work on and what I need to let go of. Let go of the fact that I can't control my family and I can't control certain circumstances in my life. I have to let it go and just let things be as they are, because if not, it's just going to continue to make me crazy. And that's what I want you to think about for yourself. Now, I always recommend writing things down with actually a physical writing instrument, because that helps you to see on paper like what is going on. When we have all kinds of thoughts, sometimes there's so many of them that you don't even realize what you're thinking. But as soon as you start writing down the things that you're thinking on a daily basis, it makes you realize, like, oh, okay, that's what I was thinking. And then it gets you to see, okay, maybe I need to let go of that. You have to be honest with yourself and look at all that you wrote down and ask yourself, like, is that working for me? We kind of say that jokingly, like, is that working for you? But if you think about it and you go down the list and you ask yourself if those things are working for you, are they helping you to feel joy and to get excited every day about, or is it just causing you frustration and irritation? Okay, so if you want to be able to find that thing that gets you excited every day, like I always say each time I'm sharing something, is that you need something to get you excited about when you wake up in the morning. And so if you're only focusing on things that are not helping you, find a way to let it go. And there's many, many ways of letting it go, but make that decision. There's nothing more powerful than making a decision to just let go of things that are not helping you and that are not working for you, especially trying to control people and situations in your life. Okay, be honest with yourself and just do it. Just go and let it go. Then that way it frees up your mind. It frees up space in your life and in yourself to create beautiful things and to have a life and a business that makes you excited and blesses the lives of other people as well as yours. But if you have all of this stuff that you're holding on to, you don't have space to create and to just really come alive. Like I say all the time, the world needs people to come alive and share their gifts and to spread joy and happiness. And with your creative life and your creative business, you can share and bring joy to other people as well as bring joy into your family and your life. All right. I know you can do this. And I know these things work. I've been working on it myself, and that's why I'm sharing these things with you, because I know it works. It sometimes is a little hard to let it go because I think as human beings, we have this need to control. And I can tell you that trying to control everything does not work and it's not possible. All right, so do this today. Write it all out, be realistic with yourself. Just do it. We have to create and we have to be able to just enjoy life because life is going by really fast. And I want you to be able to wake up every morning and be excited for something. And please share this podcast with anyone who you know would get great value out of listening to it. Or if you know anyone that wants to start a creative business, please send this podcast their way. I would really appreciate that. And I want to invite you to come over and join my Call to Create podcast community in Facebook. And that's where you can connect with other listeners of the show and I can answer your questions. You can, it's going to be a place for you where you can learn and grow and work together with other wonderful women. And I really want you to be there. Okay, so I'm looking forward to meeting you. So go over to bit.ly/call to create podcast. I'm so looking forward to it. And I want to ask you a favor. If you can please take a minute to rate and review this podcast. And if you're listening to this podcast in the Apple Podcast app, you can rate and review this show right there at the bottom. So as soon as you open my show, you can just scroll down all the way to the bottom and you can rate and review it right there, because reviews are so important and they tell potential listeners and Apple that this show is worth listening to, and I would really appreciate that. Thank you so much and have a great day, ladies. Take care of yourself. Aloha.